Well, it's the fourth week of LCS, and we're officially done with the weekend. Of course, this coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined by Zven, who is somebody I have not had a chance to talk to about so far this split. Not sure why, but I haven't had a chance to do a postgame. No, what's it been like getting back into the swing of things and rejoining LCS?
Mixed reaction from this week. I did not play super well, at least not in the game against one of my teams. I got kind of made fun of, which is really, not what usually happens when I play against one of the teams. So I was very disappointed about that. Golden Guardians game, I had a bad matchup and I didn't do anything pretty much the whole game. And as a team, we kind of made some bad plays. So it was a slow game where we just waited for one team fight where the whole game ends, right? So felt bad those two games. Today I played fine. Had a good laning phase, had a good mid game. It was overall a good game today. I think we played well today against CLG and their Bronze Zodiac, as I call it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, were you rusty at all? Is that why you think maybe the first couple games didn't go the way you wanted them to?
I wouldn't say I was rusty, but it definitely took me some time to I'm not like rusty. It's just like when you go from playing an academy where you can play whatever you want against whoever you want and it's always fine, and you play against actual really good players, playing the best champions available, you kind of just get reality checked a little bit, right? I had 3 scrims, which is 15 games of scrims, and I didn't really know the matchups, the meta in LCS compared to academy where I just played whatever I want every game. So not rusty, but something like that, yeah.
All right, I have to ask, what can you share with us about your side of things ending up not playing in the LCS for the first several weeks?
I mean, a wise man once said, I cannot speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Therefore, I will not speak.
Okay. So there's not too many details, unfortunately. I assumed, but I figured I had to ask. Well, let me ask you this, and maybe you can speak to this. On Hotline League last week, Mark was like, a caller called it and said it was a bummer for the LCS and bad for the fandom that like you and Alphari and some of these a lot of you guys had disappeared, and Mark made the point that like we had not seen or heard from you forever. He pulled up your Twitter and he's like, he hasn't tweeted since like the beginning of May. This man could be dead right now. We don't even know. So
yeah, true.
What what has been going on with you? Like how have you been? How have you been spending your time? Obviously, I know you were. It's not like you were not playing League of Legends, but I'm kind of curious if you can speak at least to how you were spending your time.
I mean, after I was told about the whole thing, I played Academy for a while. I just played solo queue all day. In Academy, you have a lot of time. You don't have any draft meetings, any content creating responsibilities. So you have a lot of time on your hands. Scrims are very quick and everything is just very, I wouldn't say chill, but it's very not stressful compared to LCS. So a lot of solo queue, played Academy. I think I helped the Academy team a lot to get better and get a better grip of how to be a good team with their systems. But yeah, I mean, as for Twitter thing and not showing signs of life, that's just me. I don't actually like social media that much. Things like Twitter and Reddit, even Facebook, they kind of fuck my head a little bit. And even though the fans deserve to know what's happening, it's just sometimes hard for me to go on Twitter at tough times. So that's what it is. And Alphari and I are a little bit different. Even though we're good friends, I would never tweet something like he did. Even though I think it was really funny, his tweet about the fast food tweet.
Yes,
I can respect that kind of tweet. Having the balls to do that kind of stuff when you're wronged by someone. But not saying our streets are similar at all. They're not. But I would not tweet something like that, right? This is not who I am. So as for social media, that's why I'm not like active on social media. I just don't like tweeting and that kind of stuff in general. I don't care so much about personal brand and followers. It's just not that important. And if I see comments, it triggers me. So because people on social media are often very loud, but very, very misinformed, or just wrong, right? And that just annoys me. Reading people that are confidently wrong, right? So
I can definitely relate to that. As much as you don't use social media, you did make a post recently, which was you mentioned Alphari, you and him. How much could you say? Did you guys just go get dinner together? Or is there a club for players that are not in the LCS? How does that work?
I mean, everyone is vaccinated, and LA is kind of like starting to open up again, and Bonnie and I went to a dinner together, and I got told that same day that I was going to start for the LCS team next week.
Gotcha.
And I said yes. Of course, I won't start for LCS team next week, so I did, and I figured Alphari is here and he's benched too, and it's kind of funny, the whole thing. So I thought, I mean, why not like make some fun of it and
Yeah.
fuck with people's head, make people speculate a little bit. Sorry.
Do you think you gain much from your academy experience, or like sometimes obviously I'm sure you would have rather been in the LCS and competing every weekend, but I don't know if like ending up in a different team, different environment, different setting, it allowed you to like, oh, I'm going to focus on this, or oh wow, I thought about this differently whenever I was on the academy team or something.
I will say this. I think both the LCS team and I benefited from spending some time apart, and it has in some way helped us right now. It doesn't show right now, but it will show at some point. And I think the academy team learned a lot from having me there. I kind of had to function as a leader for that team because they don't really. In the academy, a lot of time, it's hard to reach a conclusion because no one knows what's the best thing. But I often know what's best from my experience in LCS. So I help them create systems to improve more and improve better, faster. And I think that everyone enjoyed it, and the academy team is in a good spot right now. So I think it was good for everyone involved that this happened.
Yeah,
although it doesn't show right now, but it will show eventually.
I assume the academy team loved having you there. Like, it must just be so nice for them to have somebody come in and just have years of experience that they don't have, world's experience, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird at first because academy is, like I said, very chill. Is the way to put it. People just, I wouldn't say they put less effort, but there's just a lot less stuff. There's less meetings. There's less draft talks. There's less scrims. There's just less everything. You can play like 10 games solo queue a day if you want to, and there's no content obligations. There's no interviews. There's no broadcast. There's no you don't have to put on your jersey for your games. Like, why doesn't even have webcams on or anything? So you can just play in your flip flops and your shorts and your hobo hoodie and chill, right? So it's very laxed, I guess is a good way to put it. So yeah.
Do you think really quickly? Do you think that that's like a problem at all? Because obviously, it might explain, at least in some part, why it is that we see some academy players pop up to the LCS and they stomp everyone in the academy and then they show up in LCS and struggle.
I think that it's hard to say given that there's COVID and all. So I mean, why would you wear a jersey when you're at home? There's no cameras. I get it, right? So there's a lot of misfits playing in their flip-flops and their shorts as well. And I'm sure it's more comfortable playing those online, right? And their first place in LCS. So I don't think what you wear matters, but I do think that academy could, I don't know, scrim more. I guess sometimes in academy we play 5-6 games and they take 4 hours. In LCS, if we scrim against TSM, it takes at least 5.5 hours because people spend a lot of time in reviews, a lot of time discussing, arguing, and all that kind of stuff. So in academy, it's often like, yeah, we lost all lanes, jungle was behind, whatever. Reviews are very short for both teams always, not just our team. So yeah, I don't know. Hard to say because of COVID.
You mentioned TSM. Are they still the team that takes the longest to scrim against with the big breaks? Because I remember there was some big discussion about that a long time ago.
I think we also take a lot of time generally, but yes, I think TSM is definitely the team that takes the longest. I haven't scrimmed them this season or this split rather. So, but last split they were definitely that team, and they were also that team in the past. So yeah, they are that team for sure. That's just how it is. There's a general, not actually a rule that's upheld, but it's a general manners thing where you have a review of 25 minutes. It's kind of the cap. Yeah.
Well, here before we wrap up the interview, because we're running close on time, but is there has it been weird to come back to the LCS? Because I know I couldn't get an interview with you yesterday because they were like, oh yeah, he's got to do a bunch of stuff with the features team, and then I know you did the Scrum thing and Cloud9 does a whole he's back type thing. Is it weird to just suddenly get hit with all this all the content, interviews, and attention you didn't have to worry about on Academy? Now suddenly you're getting it all in this one weekend, I assume.
No, I mean I'm used to all that kind of stuff. I've been in that position for many years now, so I'm used to that. But I will say this: with time, all this will be clarified and it will all make sense, and then people will understand.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you want to clarify it with me, or anybody wants to clarify it with me, just let them know. You can share my Discord info or Twitter. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
I think I just said what I want to say. I mean, thank you for cheering for me. There's a lot of people out there that are positive. I do sometimes check social media, even comments, even though I don't like it that much. But I see a lot of positivity around me, and I'm happy for that. And this week was kind of disappointing, even though we won 2 games against some decent teams. CLG is okay, right? It sucks not to show up against one of the Deeps, but I think with time, just a few more weeks, we will show up in the 3rd round of Robin against the good teams. And for the whole academy situation, it will all be explained in due time. So thank you for your patience, I guess.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Zven. Hopefully it felt good to hit Jack in the face with a pie.
Oh, yeah.
For everyone else,
it was glorious.
You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video. I love making these things for you, or if it's the run and outro that you're watching right now, then I love when Tim makes things for you and I executive produce them. Anyway, I want to give back to you. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you this pro tip. Click the Alienware link in the description, and then at the very top of it, what you're going to see, it says Alienware Arena. There's just that logo up at the top. If you click that and sign up, there's all sorts of cool stuff that happens there. They give you away stuff. You don't have to own an Alienware computer to access it. They give you game codes sometimes. There's giveaways. There's all sorts of different things that you can get through it. And signing up does help me and continues to make Alienware happy with me. And I need them to be happy with me because I have to pay people that edit these videos and the people that appear in them that aren't me. Well, not all of them, but like, you know, Tim and Mark and people. Anyway, click the link. Go sign up for Alienware Arena and check it out if you've already signed up for it previously.